Hi, good afternoon. Today I would like to talk about how Gandhi had resisted the British rule in India for the first time. So this whole story is about how Gandhi was able to provide justice to the peasants of a place called Champaran. And I will narrate the entire story. In 1916, Gandhi was attending the Lucknow session of the Congress. In the session, a peasant of Bihar called Rajkumar Shukla meets Gandhi and tells him about the suffering of the peasants in a district of Bihar called Champaran. For this, he introduces Gandhi to a lawyer who is in the session and tells him to talk to that lawyer about the sufferings of the peasants of Champaran. When Gandhi talked to the lawyer could not make much of an impression on Gandhi regarding the issue of the peasants. Therefore, Gandhi tells the lawyer that let there be a resolution that could be passed in the present Lucknow session sympathizing the cause of the peasants. A resolution was made and it was passed in the session of the Congress, but Rajkumar Shukla, the peasant, was not satisfied by the mere passage of a resolution sympathizing the peasants of Champaran. He goes to Gandhi and tells him again that he should visit the district of Champaran to better understand the sufferings of the peasants there. Then Gandhi tells him that he would definitely accommodate 1 or 2 days in his travel schedule so that he can visit Champaran. Later, Gandhi is in a place called Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh. Rajkumar Shukla once again goes there and meets Gandhi and pleads with him, saying that Champaran is quite nearby. It only takes 1 day. Why not visit it? Later, he pleads him once more at a different place. Then Gandhi, quite impressed by the tenacity of the peasant, had promised him that Gandhi will be in Kolkata at so and so date, and then Rajkumar Shukla can pick Gandhi from Kolkata and take him to Bihar. As planned, Rajkumar Shukla takes Gandhi from Kolkata to Bihar. They both go by a train and reach Patna. Rajkumar Shukla does not have many contacts. Gandhi had to guide himself. So what he had done is he had taken a train to a place called Muzaffarpur, which is in Tirhut division of Bihar, an administrative division. Gandhi takes a train and reaches Muzaffarpur at midnight on 15th April 1917. There at midnight he is received by a professor, his friend, and he is taken to stay at the house of a government teacher. Later, a lot of lawyers come to this house to visit Gandhi, and Gandhi gets to know about the suffering of the peasants. Even before I narrate you what happened to the peasants, I would like to tell you about the Champaran district. Champaran district is at the foothills of the Himalayas in Bihar, near the Kingdom of Nepal. Then there was the Kingdom of Nepal. At the start of the 19th century, a lot of British landlords have been owning a lot of estates of land in this district of Champaran. Majority of the population of Champaran consisted of cultivators of land. They are called tenants or sharecroppers. There was a British law that said that 3/20th of the land cultivated by the sharecroppers had to be reserved for the cultivation of indigo, the dye used on cloths, which means 15% of the land. And whatever indigo was cultivated, it had to be given as rent to the British landlords. This was made compulsory according to a law, the British law. The system was called Teen Katiya system. But what happened at the end of the 19th century was that Germany had developed a synthetic dye for cloths, and the demand for the normal indigo had gone down in the market abroad. So, therefore, the cultivation of indigo had to stop in India. But what happened was the British landlords, through certain agreement, have taken illegal compensation from the farmers. Since an agreement was made A lot of the peasants or the sharecroppers have paid the dues. Some of the peasants thought that it was the arrangement of paying the dues was, or the compensation was irksome, and therefore they went to the courts. Some of the peasants who paid the illegal dues got to know about the fact that Germany had produced a synthetic dye, and the demand for indigo in the market abroad was going down, and therefore the landlords, to compensate for the market which they were losing, they were exacting this illegal dues, and these peasants wanted a refund of the money they had paid to the landlords. So, coming back to the story, Gandhi got to know the injustice that was happening to the peasants of Champaran. Out of the peasants who had come to the lawyers for fighting their case, those peasants also had to pay the lawyers a fee that went to 4 digits. Then Gandhi admonished these lawyers who were charging such a high fee. He told them that on one hand, the landlords had oppressed the peasants, and on other, it was the lawyers. And if the court was not able to do anything about it, the peasant lives in fear. And hence, it was important to eliminate the fear of the peasants. From this moment on, Gandhi decided that he would fight for the cause of the peasants. Gandhi thought that it would be better to start an inquiry into the situation of the peasants. For this, Gandhi wanted help from the lawyers that he had met. The help that he wanted was that he wanted a translation of the newspapers written in Urdu and in the Keiti language, and the newspapers written in regional Hindi dialects. Gandhi told them that it wouldn't be possible for him to pay them for the work that they're doing, and he told them that it was for the love of the nation and in the spirit of service that they were going to do the work. To this, the lawyers had agreed, and some of them even wanted to help Gandhi till the entire problem is resolved. Even before starting the inquiry, Gandhi wanted to first meet the planters of Champaran. For this, he first went to the Planters Association. There, he meets the head of the Planters Association. He tells the problem of the peasants, and the head tells him that Gandhi was an outsider, so hence he had no business helping the peasants. Gandhi then replies to the head of the planters, and the people themselves have called them to help them, and it was his right to help them. Then Gandhi goes to meet the commissioner of police of the Tirhut division, the division that has a Champaran as a district in it. There, the commissioner of police tells Gandhi to leave Champaran. Gandhi then refuses to do so. Remember, Gandhi is still staying in Muzaffarpur in the Tirhut division of Bihar. He then decides to go to another place, which is the capital of Champaran, called Motihari. He actually came to Motihari to visit a riot who had been mistreated at a certain place. Once he had reached Motihari, on the next day itself, he was getting ready to go to the place where the riot or the peasant had been mistreated. Along with one other person, he gets ready to go to the area that he had intended on an elephant. While he was on his way, a messenger of the superintendent of the police of the region, Motihari, intercepts him and takes him back to his place of stay in Motihari. There, the messenger of the superintendent of police serves him a notice telling Gandhi that he should go out of Champaran. Gandhi then decides that he would disobey the law and would not go out of Champaran. On the next day itself, Gandhi gets a summons to appear before the magistrate of the Tirhut division of Bihar. On the day when Gandhi had to appear before the magistrate, there were a lot of people who gathered around the place of stay or the residence of Gandhi, and also around the court. Here is a situation that the people, despite having not known Gandhi much, have mobilized around him because he was fighting for a just cause, the cause of the suffering of the peasants. In the court, the trial begins, and Gandhi told the magistrate that he had not come to create any unrest in the district of Champaran. He wanted to conduct an inquiry into the sufferings of the peasants, the cultivators, that he had been informed about. And Gandhi tells the magistrate that he had come to serve his nation, and there was no better time to serve his nation than when his own people had called him to do so. Gandhi told the administration that it might have been because of the lack of proper information given to the administration that they have decided to put Gandhi on trial. In such a situation, even if Gandhi had disobeyed the law and taken the punishment, he wouldn't mind because he was fighting for a just cause. Gandhi thought that it was better to disobey the law and take the punishment than to commit violence on his conscience, which was a higher law of being. This was the statement put out by Gandhi. The court had gone for a break, and the magistrate had also given a bail to Gandhi for 120 minutes. Gandhi had not accepted it. Then the magistrate had released him anyway. A few days have passed, and there was an order that came from the lieutenant governor of the province of Bihar and Orissa saying that the case against Gandhi be taken back. Accordingly, Gandhi was released. According to Gandhi, it was a triumph of disobeying the law for a just cause. It was called disobedience to a civil law, and hence it's called civil disobedience. And the civil disobedience in this case had triumphed. It has been successful in the sense it was able to change the mindset of an unjust administration because he was fighting for a just cause. Gandhi was allowed to carry on with his inquiry. The officials of the district had also agreed to help Gandhi. The collector of the district himself was open to meeting Gandhi if Gandhi required any help in the inquiry into the suffering of the peasants. But the story was not over yet. Gandhi had to conduct the inquiry. A lawyer friend of Gandhi had given Gandhi a house to conduct the inquiry. A lot of volunteers were taken in. The peasants had come to this house to give their statements. A lot of them were a repetition of the statement given by the preceding peasants, but nevertheless, the statements were taken from all the peasants so that there was a sense of inclusiveness of all the peasants. This way, 8,000 statements were taken, and the inquiry was getting underway, but it was also getting prolonged. There was a message that came from the administration saying that the inquiry is getting prolonged, it's better to wind it up and Gandhi leave Champaran. But Gandhi had refused it. Gandhi then told that he was in no haste to conclude the inquiry yet unless he thinks that he had resolved the issue of the peasants. But Gandhi also gave an option to the administration saying that if they wanted him to stop the inquiry, it was imperative that should conduct an official inquiry. To this, the administration agreed. Then the administration started the official inquiry. A committee was to be set up, and the committee was set up, and it consisted of the government officials, the representatives of the landlords, Gandhi himself. Gandhi himself joined the committee on two conditions. The first condition was if the recommendations of the committee was not agreeable to him, then he could further continue his own inquiry into the situation of the peasants. And the second condition was he had to be allowed to consult his co-workers during the time of the meetings of the committee. These two conditions were agreed to by the administration. The committee had its meetings, and it was decided that the Teen Katiya system, the system where the cultivators had to grow indigo in 3/20th of the land, had to be abolished. Also, it was decided that the peasants who had paid the illegal dues to the British landlords should get a refund from the British landlords. The next matter that had to be decided was what was the amount of refund that the British landlords would have to pay. Technically, it had to be the full refund, but Gandhi demanded only 50% of the refund. The representative of the landlords, however, wanted it to be reduced to 25%. To this, Gandhi agreed. When it was asked why Gandhi had agreed to such a low amount of compensation from the British landlords, Gandhi told them that even that 25% had hit the prestige of the British landlords. Finally, the administration had also passed an agrarian bill that took the recommendations of the committee, the official committee that had conducted an official inquiry into the sufferings of the peasants. And what had happened was, within a decade, the indigo planters had moved out of Champaran, and the land where the indigo cultivation happened was given to the peasants. So, what Gandhi had shown is that, firstly, he had disobeyed a law and was successful in bringing about a change in the mindset of the administration when the administration had held Gandhi and decided to take back the case that they had put on Gandhi regarding the refusal to move out of Champaran when orders were given. Secondly, when Gandhi had justly worked into carrying out a proper inquiry into the sufferings of the peasants, seeing that the inquiry was getting prolonged, the administration wanted that the inquiry come to an end quickly. Gandhi used this as an advantage and gave an option to the administration that the administration better have its own official inquiry to look into the sufferings of the peasants. This way, there was some haste brought into the inquiry into the sufferings of the peasants, and the justice was also delivered quickly. Thirdly, the peasants also got to know if they could protest for a just cause and against an oppressive administration, they could come out victorious. Firstly, they had to lose their fear, and they lost their fear when a person like Gandhi could come in and conduct a private inquiry in the first place. And by having some shrewd arguments that Gandhi showed before the magistrate, it was possible to change the mindset of an oppressive administration.